Okay. Going live on the YouTube right now. Let me go grab some water, then we're gonna start this live stream. How many trades do you take a day? I focus on one good trade. So I try to wait for one good setup. If no setup appears, then I take no trades. If multiple good setups appear, then I could take anywhere from 2, 3, 4, 5 trades a day. Like on Friday, I took like 5 or 6 trades. But typically speaking, my personal edge starts to dissipate after about 7 to 8 trades. I start to get weary. That's me personally, because my win rate normally is about 85 to at the most. It's hovering slightly below 90%. So, and that's taking trades from anywhere ranging from on average about 50 to 60 ticks, all the way up into like 120 to 150 ish. If volatility is heightened, 180 ticks at the absolute most. So anywhere from that 50, 60 tick range in the beginning to about 120, 150 ticks. I can only get about 7 to 8 of those solid trades and trade setup ideas like that a day. That includes the ones that I miss. So I log those as well. Just because you don't take that trade doesn't mean that your edge was not exercised throughout that day. That's also something else that I want to go over as well later on today. So I'm gonna write that down. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna write that down because I want to cover that as well in today's class. So just because you didn't take that trade doesn't mean that you didn't trade that. Doesn't mean that your edge wasn't exercised. So I personally know that like if I take 9, 10 trades in a day, I'm liable to lose my next one. So how I go on multiple weeks winning streaks without having like a single losing day is because like I stop like right around 6, 7 trades and I go to the next day. And I just repeat the same cycle and I do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And like before I blink, weeks will go by without me losing. Months even will go by without me losing. Like I'll go on like a month and a half winning streak where like I won't have not one red day. That's how that happens. Hold on, I'll be back. How do you handle the laws? Ask me that question in a little bit. I'm gonna go grab some water. Hold on real quick. Hold on. Dang that candle. Yeah, hold on real quick. From my diamonds sitting on my broken heart. Something seems off. Okay. Let's see. Let's get class going a little bit. Let's get it going a little bit. Mm. It's my backup keyboard. Do you trade on at a 1 minute or 5 minute? I enter every single trade on a 1 minute time frame. I'm not looking I'm not taking trades on a 5 minute time frame because you could blow your account on a 1 minute candle. I'm not gonna do that. You can literally blow your account on a 1 minute candle in this environment if you're not paying attention. I'm being dead serious. Like there's like in this environment every day there's like a 1 or 2 minute liquidation period where like if you're not paying attention you will blow your fucking account. I'm I'm being dead serious. Like just go back to Thursday. Look at this candle over here on Thursday. Like imagine like if you shorted this because like you thought that this was bearish, like this was an insane bearish dump, and like it's like you shorted it at like the bottom of this candle over here because like you thought we was gonna like come lower here, and you were looking at like a 5 minute time frame. Like look at this. Like imagine if you shorted that shit and you waited 60 seconds. That's that's like that that's 700 ticks in 90 seconds. If you was in on like 10 micros and they shot that shit up 700 ticks, you would know like you would blow your account like right here because you would lose $3,500 in 90 seconds. And people sitting here trying to trade 5 minute candles. You need to be you need to be looking at 1 minute. I'm being dead serious. If you was in 5 micros, you would blow the account. If you was in 5 micros, you would blow this account in 90 seconds off of this candle over here. Look at that. Just look at that shit. Look at that. Look at this. Look. Look. If you was in 5 micros, you would blow the account. And I know for a fact y'all not trading on 5 micros. I know that for a fact. Because everybody that's not watching the stream is trying to get rich quick. So you trading 10, 15, 20. I remember what this candle was on Thursday. That's insane. Or like if you bought this because you thought this was a quote unquote bull flag, and then they yeeted this shit 600 ticks down in like 6 minutes, you would blow up the account. Everything would be gone. So like I know some people are thinking, well, bro, it's $2,000 before I blow the account. No, that's false. You want to know why? Because if you lose $1,800 and you got $200 left, bro, $200 left in drawdown, dude, you not gonna bring that account back. You not gonna bring that fucking account back. You not gonna do that because you just lost $1,800 in the trade. You not gonna go from $200 to then turn $200 into $3,000 to get a payout. You're not going to make 1,000% off of because you got to make 1,000% off of what you got left in order to get a payout. You're not gonna do that. That's impossible. I know for you're not gonna do it. So like that account's blown. It's cooked because you're not gonna be able to trade risk management wise. You got to nickel and dime the account. You're gonna have to take a $50 trades and you're not gonna do that shit. You're gonna blow up. I know that for a fact. So with that being said, hold on. Let me get myself together. Let me turn this camera off. So why? Because we getting ready to run class. You don't need to be looking at my face. I only put the camera on so because I went away. So we're getting ready to run this class. Dog, the trader fake glitch cost me some money. Need $500. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I heard about that glitch. We one of the members inside Discord alerted everybody to that. Romo, that's crazy. Hey, Khalil, how you doing, girl? You doing okay? How many units do you trade? It depends. Sometimes I'll go in with as many as 20 or 40. Like if I have high confidence. But honestly speaking, my average entry size is like three to five, because I don't know what can happen in this environment. So it depends. You know, it's just like trading is just like playing blackjack essentially. Like you're not going or poker. I mean, like, you know, you have a solid strategy in order to try to beat the house. You have an edge. Your personal edge depends upon your environment in which you feel the most comfortable with. You understand what I'm saying? So like you're not going to bet the exact same every single time. If you bet the exact same every single time, you're not a good trader. You're not. That's how I know you're not a good trader. I know for a fact you're not a good trader. I know that. Like, well, or you're a beginner. I know that for a fact. Like you're not high level trading. If you bet the same exact every time and you never switch up, bro, I know that. You stream in the evenings? No, I only stream Monday through Friday. 9, 10 a.m. in the morning from Discord starting, and 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 4 o'clock sometimes Eastern 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Monday through Friday. I'm going to start this class right now. This right now is what we're getting ready to cover. Discord. I sent out a support request ticket. I don't know about the platforms though; they could be scandalous. Got dicked over at open. Been back testing a breakout open on Asia that's been pretty successful. So went on, okay, good job. And when I closed, when I shouldn't, and profit was down 200 to start the session. But we recovered it and got up on the evals tonight. $56 is the funded. Oh, okay. A little nervous. You taking your time, J Walk, with that funded, eh? J Walk taking his time on that damn funded, huh? I don't blame, bro. I don't blame him. Hey, green is green. What we laughing for? Stop playing. Be on alert. Okay. So this right here is what we're getting ready to cover for this class. Then we can add, then we can start to answer the questions, whatever questions you got. The first thing, which is the mandatory thing, which is navigating all-time high. So the topics to be discussed is this. If you have any question, then please mention me inside Discord and send it after this. Or just send them right now so I can start to think about them rather. Market structure is going to be the first topic, and then we're going to do a quiz. I want to see if you know how to read market structure. If you fail this exam, then you need I'm not saying you need to be on paper, but if you fail what I'm getting ready to go over right now, and if you can't answer this question honestly, you don't know market structure. And if you don't know market structure, you're going to be trading a lot harder. It's going to be a lot harder for you to see exactly what's going on with the market, because this is the easiest way in order for you to easily line up trades. If you can't do this, that's like you trying to, that's like you saying, hey, like I want to go to the NBA, but unfortunately, but this is something that you can work on though. This is something that you can work on. So like it doesn't have to be God-given talent. Like you don't have to be 6'10" or 6'11", or a 6'5", 6'6" shooting guard or a point guard. Like this is something that you can work on. The average person can work on, okay? But it's like you said, hey, I want to go to the NBA, and I say, oh, okay, nice. And like I look at you, and you're a 5'2", 145-pound grown man. That's what that is. So I'm not saying that's impossible, but you saying that is like, hey, I want to be a millionaire trader, but like I don't understand market structure. Is like me looking at you, and you're a 5'3", 145-pound. Doesn't have anything to do with race, but Asian guy or white guy or hell, even black guy. But you might even be considered a little bit better. They might, cause why? Because if you're black, you might be a little bit more athletic. But still, though, that's about the same thing. It's possible. You could be the next Muggsy Bogues. Aren't you Asian, gang? I am Asian. Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Ivan. But thanks, Ivan. But that's besides the point. The point is it's going to be a lot harder. So make your job easier by understanding this by passing this test, okay? It's like trying to become a lawyer without passing the bar exam. It's like, I don't know anything about law, so if you're in law, I apologize. So, honestly, I don't think you can become a lawyer without passing the bar exam. I don't know, but you get the point. You get the reference I'm trying to make. Let me not get sidetracked. I have ADD. Market structure is required to trade all-time high in price discovery. Identifying internals is mandatory, and I put this in bold, with intraday and immediate market structure. You must pair this with clear draws and liquidity, and overstating your welcome is not advised with higher structure and opposition. Market structure exam is what I'm getting ready to cover, okay? What is it? Overstating your welcome is not advised with higher structure and opposition. Okay, what does that mean? That means this. Okay? Hold on, let me turn on my wire. Hold on, let me turn on my TV real quick. Make sure that the YouTube's there. Guys, what that means is if you're shorting immediate term bearishness, if we are an intraday buy-side delivery program model and you are holding a short for more than an hour or two, you're more than likely you're going to get roasted. Understand that. Understand that. So I'll explain that in a minute. But I know some of y'all are probably thinking, bro, like I was in this trade and everything seemed fine. Like the market just reversed on me. What happened to me? Well, that's probably because you were going against intraday market structure. Or that's probably because you were going against multi-day market structure. That's probably what happened. Like, hey man, like that swing trade was, man, it was perfect for like the last day, and then the market just reversed. Well, you were going against that market structure. That's what happened. All right. Hold on. See what I'm saying? Okay. We're getting ready to do an exam right now, Discord and TikTok. If you can't identify this, there's a problem. We are going to start out with something very simple. If you aspire to be a millionaire trader, if you aspire to be a millionaire, as in like you want to run a multi-million dollar business, what I am getting ready to show you right now, right, is like someone saying, hey, I want to become hey, I want to be a chef like Gordon Ramsay, and I want to be a head chef. I want to be, a lead, celebrity chef. And I hand you three, three oval, three white ovals, right? And like I hand them to you. And I go like this. Hold on real quick. Let me give you an example real quick. Okay? Hold on real quick. Let me give you an example. Like this. This is so Discord can see. What you're trying to do, if you don't understand this, is like you saying, hey, I want to be a celebrity chef, right? But guys, but here's the deal. Like how I always say, you're running a multi-million dollar business. Trading is a business. Trading is not like just like, hey, like I just log in like I make money. Like you put money in, you get money out. This is a machine. You are the employee and the owner. This needs to be run like a business. It needs to be a highly productive, highly functional business here, right? That's like me going like this with these two round ovals or whatever you want to look at this, cylindrical, however the hell you want to look at this. You see this right here? You see these two? And me handing these to you and you going, what the hell is that? And you go, bro, what the fuck is that? And I go, bro, this is an egg. And you go, how do I cook that? What is that? And I go, bro, make me breakfast. Let's start out with this. And you go, bro, I want to be a high level breakfast celebrity chef. And I hand you this, and your client says, cook me this. And you go, what the fuck is that? I don't know how to cook that. Bro, you're cooked. Like, you're done. Now, like, I'm not saying that you can't pick up clients. That's not what I'm saying. But if you can't cook eggs, then you're fucking done. All right? Then like, bro, like no serious client is gonna hire you, okay? So that's that as far as that's concerned. So be on alert. Okay? So let me turn camera back off. So he's like, hey bro, those are just eggs. Why don't you say that? That's what I'm saying. Like, but like that's the point. So understand the importance of what I'm getting ready to show you right now. Okay. We're gonna start off with something simple, like 2 + 2 = 4. I had already revealed the answer, so this is very simple. Are we in immediate term buy side delivery program model by looking at this price action, or are we in sell side, or are we in immediate sell side? Are we in immediate buy side? Hold on. Let me put it like this first. Before I let you know, guys, if you want to seriously understand market structure, don't answer right now. You need to be dividing market structure into 3 categories. Nobody talks about this like this. I did not bite this from anybody. I came up with this personally in order to help my understanding personally. And if you want to take this, then that's cool. Like, because I don't care. Guys, I don't give a shit who gets the credit. I'm going to be honest, because I just care about collecting statistics and then taking one good trade and making money. So everything else is irrelevant. So who cares about labels, okay? Let's just get that out the way. So with that being said, but I will have to say this, like I'm not just biting this from anybody. This helped me. Is this HD Fortnite you used to play? No, this is not Fortnite. This is NQ Futures. I'm showing exactly how students make $10,000 to $15,000 a day multiple students make 10 to $15,000 a day. It's dozens upon dozens of them inside this Discord. Several dozen of them make 15, 20, 30 plus $1,000 a day. This is not Fortnite. This is not Fortnite. Trust me. This is not a video game. Well, we treat it like a video game. This is fun. So like this is like a video game, but this is not a video game. Like this is real life here. Alrighty, because you can use this to do whatever the fuck you want to do in this reality, if you understand this. So stop playing that goddamn Fortnite and lock in. Excuse me. Hey, that's not nice. Don't say those things if you want to earn my follow. What you're probably thinking. Anyway, but welcome aboard. And good evening to you. In any event, okay, you need to understand these three things, students inside Discord. You need to get your pen and your paper out if you're inside Discord. All righty? 3 terms of market structure. The first one is immediate, immediate, intraday, and multi-day. They all come with either buy side or sell side. They're all buy side or sell side. The market's going to be programmed to be delivering price and either buy side or sell. Guys, the market is always delivering price in buy side or sell side. It is either always hunting buy side or sell side. There is no in between. They can go sideways. That's time distortion. Like this is time distortion. This is typically done though during like New York session, and they make money whenever it goes sideways, but it's scheming on which direction it's trying to go. So they'll go sideways. That's for the people in the options chain primarily. Okay. Why so? Because there's something called theta decay. It's called time decay. That's why it's called time distortion. Okay. So now, since 0DTE is a part of the equation, the market makers, the people that, guys, they don't care if the market goes up or down. So first off, let's just start over from the beginning. Like, let's understand that. This market's trying to help you. It's not trying to hurt you. It's trying to help you. The market actually wants to be your friend. I promise you it does. So it's only going to go to a spot where it's trying to go fill orders at. All right. So if you're trading 0DTE, they can go sideways for 2 hours and then you'll be down like 30% and like nothing will happen. Okay. So that's how they make money as well. They make money off this spread over here. They don't make money. You see that thing called spread? They don't get paid in commissions here. The top left-hand corner where my mouse is. Okay. Just take this 45 seconds to understand this so that you can believe what I'm getting ready to say. Your broker gets paid off of the commissions. The market maker is absolute. They get paid off of the spread for every person that buys or sells or enters into this market. They get paid by giving you the opportunity to enter in and out of the market at all times through the spread, okay? That's first off and foremost. So they are always hunting buy or sell side, period, point blank. Buy or sell side. So the market is in 3 zones. 1, immediate, intraday, multi-day, okay? The market can be bullish, bearish, and bullish all at the same time. Like that's a little bit more challenging, but it can be. And the market can be bullish off the hook. And so if you're shorting that, that's why you're fucking getting roasted. Okay? I'm just being honest with you. Nobody's gonna explain it to you like this, all right? So, hold on. So, sorry about that. So, with that being said, Discord said buy. Okay, great. So, we are in immediate buy-side delivery program model. Obviously, guys, we're in intraday buy-side delivery program. Guys, I want to start sort of trying to get to the point here. Guys, so we're in intraday buy-side delivery program model, and we are in multi-day buy-side delivery program model, okay? So, with that being said, I'm going to leave from 0 plus 0 equals 0 to 2 times 2 equals what? Okay. You need to now look at your screen, which is why I turned this damn camera off over here, okay? I'm going to choose a random day. Nah, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to choose a random day and I'm going to test you. That's what I'm about to do. May 4th. Market so bullish is absolutely insane. Hmm. I got something for your ass. Perfect. Excellent. The date on this goes from Wednesday the 24th until Friday the 26th. Look at these candles here. Hmm. Is this market? Hold on, let me turn off these because people go, why? Because people might go, hey, that's the FEG. Bullish, bearish. It has nothing to do with FEGs. Okay, so let me delete this, okay? You need to just be looking at the candles. You need to be looking at the highs and the low points. I'll give you a hint. You need to be looking at the highs and the low points and what liquidity was taken out, okay? Where this market is right now this second, where this market right now is this second. We'll put this high and this low, just so that people can see that something was eclipsed. But hey, where this market is right now this second, we are going to go down the chain of progression. If you want to become a millionaire trader, you have to understand this. So help me God. Why? Because this is something where you can lean on during times like this. This will help you trade all-time high now. So help me God, it will. I promise you it will. When I started doing this, my win rate shot back up again because my win rate shot back up into like probably like the high 70s to low 80s now again. Low 80s now again. Whereas before I was trading off a field, which is what I normally do to get a high 80s win rate. But all-time high, you cannot do that. You cannot trade off field. You need to be trading off market structure. So you need to understand this because this is the environment that we're in. So you have to learn this. Are we in immediate buy-side delivery program model, or are we in immediate sell-side delivery program model right now? Right now, this second, this is a perfect example. Discord and TikTok, send it out. Are we in immediate? The answer is immediate. Then I will go to intraday. Then I will go to multi-day. Or guys, you need to know this. And it can still be, guys, there's a few things that can be left up to discrepancy here, okay? Hold on, let me put this for reference. There's a few things that can be left up to discrepancy, okay? And so, but rather it should be mostly universal. The reason why you need to be participating is because how how your brain logs learning is by you swearing up and down you're right, and then the instructor going, no, that's wrong, or they're giving you feedback. Hey, that's not true. Someone might think, well, didn't you do that for 12 to 14 years while you were in school? Multiple times a week? Like you took you went home, well, you went to school for 7 or 8 hours with a mentor and an instructor, but I'm not going to get on that rant. That's why people try to become multi-millionaires in this industry without a fucking instructor. When they've never had an instructor for anything ever other in their life, they've always had an instructor. But now when it comes to this and to making millions, like they go, well, no, fuck no, I can just watch on on Reddit and Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace, then I can become a millionaire. Like, who the fuck told you that? This is lunacy. But in any event, let me stay on topic. They sent you home after being in school for 7 or 8 hours with homework. And for that entire week, you learned on your own and from the teachings in class. And then you went to school and you verbally explained it. You verbally wrote it out, and you probably wrote it down on a piece of paper. And your teacher or your mentor, your instructor gave you critical feedback and said, no, you were wrong, or yes, you were right. That is how you learn. You don't learn by sitting in the back of the classroom and saying nothing and going, well, I'll figure it out. No. If you want to become a millionaire, you need to have constructive criticism, and you need to be proactive and act like proactive in your learning, okay? So with that being said, your response is required, unless you're driving, of course. If you're driving an 18-wheeler Mack truck, don't fucking respond here and drive off the road. Don't do that, because I do have students inside here that are driving. Don't do that, okay? Are we an immediate sell-side delivery program model, or are we an immediate buy-side delivery program model? Say buy side or sell side. Buy side or sell side, or say buy or sell. Are we in immediate buy side or sell side with this current model and with this current high over here? Are we in immediate buy side or immediate sell side, Discord? Sell side, Native says. Wouldn't it be buy side since it closed above previous high? It has nothing to, guys, it has nothing to do with closes. So I want to add this. It has nothing to do with closes. It has everything to do with local highs and local lows, relatively speaking to the current price action. Sell side. You might add. We're in it. Okay. Sell side. Devin says bullish. Immediate sell side. We swept the high. Dev, you said what? You said we're in immediate sell side because we swept the high? What? Alan says buy side. Alan says buy side. Okay. I don't want to make this less than 2 hours long, so I'm going to get to the point because we're trying to improve here. We're adults. So we don't need to, like I don't need to, like I don't need to do some hoorah. If you said immediate sell side, you're wrong. That's wrong. Even Dev, who's profitable and Dev's making $500-600 a day from inside Discord now, is wrong. This is immediate buy side. What I think that he meant to say was, I think he got them confused. I will give him the benefit of the doubt. This is immediate buy side delivery program model because we just swept this high over here from this zone and everything in here from 6:30 all the way until 1 o'clock in the morning. It's sell. Nope, wrong. Nope, X, that's wrong. And then this market just shot up. This market just shot up 0.4% in a straight line and swept the high from where we displaced from this zone here. This is immediate term bullish. This is immediate term bullish. There's nothing bearish about this immediate term. Technically speaking, this high over here is next in the immediate term. Now, listen to me now. This is the key. This high is next immediate. Immediate term defined goes like this. Immediate term to me is over the course of one session. It cannot be expanded anything more than one session. But typically speaking, I'd probably say it's about the max one session, as in like Asia, New York, or London. Max one session. Because guys, has anyone ever been, have any one of y'all been in a trade and like you see the market just flip on a dime? Like the next session, you're like, what the fuck is that? Because that used to roast me whenever I was trying to learn those ICT concepts. Like it was just insane. I'd be like, what the hell happened? The market was just bullish because I didn't understand this. Technically speaking, this is what's next in the sequence, okay? Immediate term. Now, intraday. Are we intraday buy side or intraday sell side delivery program model? I will give you a hint. Intraday refers to at least 1 to 2 sessions. Intraday can be, to me, upwards of 1 to 2 to 3 days. Okay? Like no more than 2 full days, intraday wise. Okay, look at this. Are we in intraday buy side or intraday sell side? If you look at this now, are we, answer the question, buy or sell? Are we in intraday buy side or intraday sell side? Now we're going down the train of progression. I'm trying to get your brain to think. Okay, this is how you read serious market structure, guys. Listen. Let me elaborate further while you get ready to send out this question. And I expect your response, Discord. I expect your response, TikTok. Buy or sell? Intraday, buy or sell? But let's go back to the previous question. Why? Because we're adults. We should be able to multitask. If you have any doubts about anything that I just said, look at what this market was doing over here in this zone. Look, from 1140 on Thursday, this market went down in a straight line, up here like this, and then like it was just going down like this. So technically speaking, it should just keep doing this, right? If it's not doing this, then it's not immediate sell side since yesterday morning. since this morning. Since this morning on Thursday, whatever this is. How the hell is this immediate sell side when we just popped this high here? How is that the case? How? Like, explain this to me. Like, explain to me how this trend can continue doing this like this, down like this when we just popped this high over here. How? So that right there proves my point in immediate term. Now this is glued to like 1 to 1.5 to 2 sessions at the most, at the absolute most, for like a few hours or so. Okay? Liquidity sweep, new higher high perhaps. Correct. So the chain of command was broken when we popped this high. Immediate term, look what this market was doing. Look, this market was doing this. Look. Look at this. Look. Here's another example. Look. This market was just doing, guys, this market was making immediate lower highs and lower highs and lower lows nonstop. But it broke the chain of command. Guys, it broke the chain of command. Here, him, like whatever the fucking meme is. I can't remember the name of it. And here, for sure here. This is bullish off the chain, immediate term. Now, intraday. Let's now understand that. That's why you were wrong. So half of you were wrong. Perfect. That's why you're here. Let me look at this. Mike says sell. Native says sell. Sell. That is correct. If you said we are in intraday sell side, that is correct. You want to know why? Because we can go to a 3-minute time frame. Look at this. Bingo. Look at this. Look. You need to look at it from a children's perspective, okay? From a literal children's perspective. Like high, low, wee, mommy, look, wee, mommy, playground, wee, high, wee, fun, wee, bounce, wee, low, wee, here. Basically. I don't know. It's debatable. It's starting to change here, but this is still bearish intraday overall. I really wouldn't consider this like intraday until maybe like we eclipse like this or some shit. Then like I'll seriously consider. That's why I said it can be up for debate slightly. Like intraday can be slightly a little bit more confusing. But and then obviously, guys, we have multi-day. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at this. This is multi-day. Look at this. Look. These are 4-hour candles now. Look at this. Look. This is bullish off the fucking chain still. This is bullish guys, I'm not going to do an exam on the multi-day because we need to really understand intraday and immediate. So the multi-day, like, I'll let you know whenever we change from multi-day or not. Okay? Like, I'll let you know that. Okay? Like, that's how I keep on predicting all-time high after all-time high. Okay? But look, this market is operating in an immediate multi-day, in an immediate intraday and multi-day bullish structure. Look at this shit. Look. Just look at what the fuck this market's doing. Look, stop. Look, stop, look. Wee, low, wee, high, low, wee, low, high, wee. Look, now stop. What the hell makes you think this market's going to change? Like, why would we not come up into the zone again? And this was October 2025. Why would we not go higher? This is true multi-day buy-side delivery program model. You understand what I'm saying? That's the difference. But you can blow your account on a 1-minute candle, so you don't really need to be paying attention to multi-day as much, okay? So I'm going to go back to a 1-minute time frame. You understand? Not yet, bro. Don't get burned. I'm selling the top. Mark my words, it's about to crash. Don't do no shit like that. Who is your mentor? Who's telling you to do that? Who told you that? Who told you that? Are you sleeping with Donald Trump? I'm being dead serious. Do you have something over him to where he's getting ready to tell you, to where like he's getting ready to whisper in your ear? Because let me know. Because listen, I don't judge. I promise you I don't. I'm being honest with you. I don't care about, homosexuality. I don't care. So like if you could help us out, that would be appreciated. Let me know. Or are you schizophrenic? Way overnight, buddy. Oh, okay. Are you schizophrenic? Are voices telling you things to do things? Overbought. Oh, okay, right. Oh, way overbought. I remember those days. I remember those days, man. The market can't possibly go higher, huh? Oh man. Oh man. I remember those days. I remember those days. I do. I promise you. I do. You wanna know how? Overbought does not exist, bro. It does not exist. Overbought does not fucking exist. Every single person before you for the last 2 to 3 weeks thought that shit. Look at this market. Look. Look. We've been green now for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight days. You need to throw that RSI shit, that overbought shit in the trash. I'm telling you right now. This is a guy that used to run his own hedge fund. I'm telling you. A successful one. I'm telling you. That does not exist in this environment. I promise you. You need to throw that. Who the fuck told you? Oh, excuse me. I gotta be respectful. Who told you that? I'm being dead serious. But like, I just get so passionate about this. Like, but this is just how I talk. So I'm not being, I'm not being rude or disrespectful. But like, this is how I speak. Like, I'm being for real with you, bro. Like, who told you that? Look at this. Look at this market. Look at the S&P 500. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight days and a brand new all-time high. What the hell makes you think we can't go higher for like another 10, 11 straight days? Look at this market. Look at this market. Just go up in a straight line. Liquidation squeeze. Look. Nonstop. Look, they gave you 1, 2, 3 days of basically going sideways, and then they liquidation squeeze it again for like another 9 days in a row. Why do you think why do you think that we have to pull back? The market didn't even stop going sideways from March 30th. Like, the market didn't even consider pulling back from March until May 15th was the first day we had like somewhat decently red day. For almost 2 straight months and never even pulled back. Overbought does not exist. Every single person that thought this got roasted. So I'm just telling you right now, and I had to stop my lesson because because when you get roasted doing that, I want you to refer back to this live stream. And I want you to refer back because I don't want you to have that built-in excuse by saying, hey, bro, nobody ever told me that. Hey, like, I didn't have a mentor telling me that. Okay? So you need to throw that in the trash. Overbought does not exist. They don't have to go lower and they don't have to go higher. So with that being said, let's lock in on this. Let's finish this lesson here. We're going to play this out, and we're going to play this out slowly, and we're getting ready to see what happens next. Technically speaking, this is what's next. Technically speaking, in the immediate term, this is now the protected low, and we should be targeting buy side, technically speaking, in the immediate term. Intraday-wise, though, this low over here is next over the course of multiple sessions. But let's see what happens over the course of this following session into the following day. Well, it's 2:30 on a Friday. Let's see what happens. Let's see. We just popped this internal high. Let's see exactly what happens next. Hold on. Immediate term. Let's see what happens. This is how I see candles moving in real time, by the way. Stop. They came back and they pulled us back over here at 5 a.m. in the morning, then they popped this high. This right over here proves my point. If all hell freezes over, this low that we displaced from becomes the protected low, and then this high over here is what's targeted next. So we're an immediate buy-side delivery program model. This market's just going to be trying to hunt buy-side. We popped this internal over here, and we slightly pulled back at 5 a.m. in the morning, but now this market just decided to shoot up. So technically speaking, this right over here was popped. So now the market can begin to pull back, and now this low that we displaced from right now, this becomes the protected low. Let's continue to see exactly what happens. So technically speaking, What's next on the table is this right over here. Is this high right over here is what's next, technically speaking. If we pop this low, now stop. If we pop this low, now this high over here becomes a protected high. And now, if we bounce somewhere up into the zone, this right over here becomes a targeted low, and this right over here becomes a targeted low. So now there'll be more program to hunt sell side now. So this becomes a protected high, and now this becomes a targeted low. Gold buy now, TP stop loss link in bio. Okay, thank you, Robin, for blocking that guy. So with that being said, this is just the market structure with this was just a complete clusterfuck heading into a Friday. So I'm not gonna simply just glance over this, but this is just clusterfuck of price action. Like this is just a complete clusterfuck here. Like like this market was shifting from immediate buy side delivery program model to immediate sell side delivery program model nonstop over and over again. This is a tough day to just blindly, just strictly just trade market structure here on a Friday, nevertheless, before the weekend. So, but I don't want to spend too long on this point. At the end of the day, understanding market structure is the most important thing. Understanding where they're targeting, what's protected and what's not protected, technically speaking, honestly speaking, is very important whenever it comes to trading. So just understand that. So they can obviously shift. The market isn't always going to stay. Yeah, correct. The market isn't always going to, guys, the market isn't going to stay in immediate buy side and immediate sell side. There's 3 different programs to this, if that makes sense. So, and again, immediate term can change immediately, which is obviously what you just saw just now. But understanding it will help you structure trades better, rather. So if you're taking trades contrary to that, if that makes sense, that's how you get roasted. So the last portion in regards to what I want to say is this. Let me see this. Yeah, I want to make sure this can have any questions. One of the last things that I want to say is this. Whenever it comes to this, which is the last portion of the question. If you are guys, let me put it like this. If you're like, let me put it like this. If we're in, let me go to 3-minute time frame, okay? If you randomly like long this anywhere inside this zone and we are clearly an intraday sell side delivery program model, as in like the market's doing this, like doing shit like this, right? If you hold on to a long for anything more than a few hours, you are going to get roasted, okay? If you enter into a trade outside of this, like for example, like if we're in immediate buy side delivery program model, right? And you hold on to a short for anything longer than like for anything longer than like an hour or so, your short's probably going to get cooked with upwards moves like this, with upward moves like this, because it's an immediate buy side delivery program model. Now that doesn't mean that you can't make money in an intraday sell side delivery program model, because eventually they will go lower, because it is still programmed to do this over the course of multiple sessions. But if you just guys, this is important. But if we're in immediate buy side and you're looking to be in a trade for less, guys, like if your average trade lasts less than an hour, you need to understand immediate buy and immediate sell side, because you need to understand what they're more than likely going to be targeting for an hour or two. If we're in immediate sell side and you know that you like to swing like hold trades for 1, 2, 3 hours, and you like to target extreme highs and extreme lows, you need to understand intraday sell side delivery program model, because the market's going to be programmed to be doing shit like this over the course of time, nonstop. Okay, so That's why it's important to understand immediate and intraday buy side and sell side delivery program model. Okay. So, and then also, if you're like one of those swing traders, right? If you're trying to hold on to trades for anything longer than like 3 or 4 or 5 days, why would you be married to shorts in this direction? Because just look at what this market has been doing nonstop over here inside the zone. Look, every single person that has held on to a short for anything longer than 2 or 3 days got roasted here. Even these people got roasted. Why? Because this market is multi-day buy-side delivery program model. Look, it's just making a series of higher highs and higher lows on a multi-day basis. But on an intraday basis, it's bearish. Just look at what it's doing right over here. Look. On an intraday basis from the 22nd all the way into for 4 straight days, this market's just been doing this. Nonstop. For 4 straight days. That's the entire purpose of what I'm trying to get you to understand. So if we're an immediate buy-side delivery program model, you need to be looking for potential immediate buy-side, like you need to be looking for like internals, like immediate internals. You need to be maybe longing it on like one of these sweeps of these internals, and then maybe trying, like a pullback, and then maybe trying to target new highs. If you're a trader that likes to hold on trades for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, you need to be now looking at this intraday market structure like this and be finding one of these zones or one of these high points to then short it off of. Why? Because if you do so, then we'll be targeting lows like this. We'll be targeting lows like this nonstop. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we'll continuously be targeting sell-side objectives over the course of multiple sessions. That's why this is very important to understand. But I don't want to spend 2 or 3 hours on this, so I'm going to stop on this. So I'm going to stop on that one point. Does anybody have any questions about anything that I just explained, or does it not make sense to you? Check out Intel dumped. How the Intel dumped? The market's not even open. How'd the Intel dump? Can I join? Can you join what? Discord? Does anybody have any questions about immediate extendo? Does anybody have any questions about immediate, intraday, or multi-day buy-side or sell-side delivery program model? Now's the time for questions before I open up to freestyle questions. Nope, that was a great explanation, Alan says from Discord. Thanks, Alan. Thanks, Trade 24 hours, Oh, okay. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions about immediate, intraday, or multi-day? Oh, it's going to go back to the basics. That is correct. Okay. Do you guys want me to answer how I would trade this environment as far as the all-time high here in regards to market structure? Would you like me to show you how this can be applied here in this example? Would anyone inside Discord or TikTok like for me to guys? Because would you like me to fast forward to today's price action so that I can show you how I would personally trade this? Anybody? Yes or no? Yeah, Dev says. Okay, good. Okay. This market is an immediate buy-side delivery. Yes, today's. Okay, great. This market, hi. This market is an immediate buy-side delivery program model, and it is in multi-day buy-side delivery program model, and it is an intraday buy-side delivery program model. Anybody telling you to short this, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. This market was an intraday sell-side delivery program model for like 3 days. And then they swapped it whenever they popped this high over here, and then they just continued to new highs. I sent this out from inside Discord. And I told Discord, guys, I basically told Discord what the bottom was going to be. Look. If you had any doubts about following those instructions about anything that I said, look at this. Look. Hold on, where's it at? Look at this. Look. You see this right here? Look at this. Look. Look, this is timestamp. Look. I can't edit this. I'm not gonna edit this. Look. I said that didn't last long. I told you that the filling of non-farm payrolls gap in 737 SPX was the ultimate objective. Okay, let me go back. They just rinsed everyone after completing NFP and SPX gap fill at 737. They have not shifted the market to intraday buy-side delivery program model. However, we are still in multi-day buy-side delivery, and you need to expect it to kick in at any time in the next couple of days after we just swept an external and major objectives. Okay, let's go back a little bit further. Where did I say was their ultimate objective at? Because I know for a fact I said this. Right here. You see this on right over. You see this on the 17th? Look, this is timestamp from inside Discord. Look, you see this? You can read yourself. I said this. I said, I ultimately think the main destination is non-farm payroll SPX gap fill at 737 on the SPX. I said this on the 17th, okay? Let's look at the chart for SPX on the 17th. Let's look now. Because I didn't say this whenever we was going higher. Look at this, look. Let's look now. Let's go over to SPX now. This is understanding market structure. Let's look now, look. Let's look now, look. Let's look. Let's pay attention. Where was the 17th at? Excuse me. Let's look now. Let's go back. Wait. Sorry, where was the 17th at? Right here. I said this on the 17th. I said this here on the 17th, as in like Sunday. I said this Sunday before Monday even opened. So I said this here. I said this here that we were going to come to 737, which was here where this line is right here. So help me God, I did. You just saw that just now. Like, this is not fake. I said this here, that we were going to come here as the ultimate objective. And then once they complete the ultimate objective, then I said we are still in multi-day buy-side delivery program model. We are only in intraday sell-side delivery program model for like a few days. And I said it can kick in at any given moment. But this is their ultimate objective, and I gave this right over here, and they took the SPX to 737, and Discord saw this shit, and then they just liquidation squeezes nonstop because we are here, because we are currently here present day right now. Well, it's higher now because it's at all-time high right now. So like we're up here in this zone right now. The market will open up here, like on it, like somewhere up in here. Here we are right here. So if at any point you were thinking, bro, why the fuck do I have to learn that? Like, why do I have to learn that market structure? It's because you'll be able to see shit like this. This is why. So if you were confused, like, bro, why do I have to learn that shit? I don't have to learn to become a multi-millionaire trader or a multi-million-dollar trader. Why do I have to learn that shit for? This right here is exactly why, if you were confused. It literally says the ultimate objective. They swept this over here, and they filled this over here, and we bottom tick this shit, and they just liquidation. We bottom tick called that shit, and they just liquidation squeeze it higher. Why so? Because this is intraday sell side. This is still multi-day buy side. Look at this goddamn market here. Just zoom out and look at this market. Look. Look. Boom, boom, boom. Straight line. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. What the hell makes you think this market's going to fall off a cliff here? Do you not understand multi-day buy-side delivery program model? Do you not understand intraday buy and sell side? This is intraday sell side, but they're still part of multi-day buy side now. So people are confused, calling this as a scam. It's not a scam. You just don't understand market structure. So you need to be taking trades that are easy. Imagine if you would have bought a call here. Like, imagine when we swept this over here, you bought a call here. And you just held into oblivion because you knew they was going to go higher again in like a week or two. Like, imagine that shit. If you was inside this Discord and you paid $59 a month to be inside it. Like, imagine like one trade pays for like 10 years worth of membership. I'm being dead serious. So in any event, one call out. In any event, how I will be navigating this is this. I said that to prove a point. You need to be navigating this by this. If we are an immediate buy-side delivery program model, you need to be waiting for one of these internals like this to be swept. And when one of these is swept, you need to wait for confirmation like a first presented or something, and then you long it to then target another high. That's how you navigate all-time high. How you don't navigate all-time high is when they liquidation squeeze it like this, you buy it up here at the fucking top. You don't do that. You wait for a pullback of some sort, and you wait for an internal or something to be swept. And then when one of these is swept, you then wait for a first presented. And then you long it to then try and target new highs. Something like that. That's what you do. You wait for the structure to present itself. Like, for example, you wait for them to do something like this on the way down. And then once you get confirmation that they're getting ready to come up, then you long it down in here, and then you start targeting the highs that they had previously engineered. You need to wait for price discovery you need to wait for price to discover itself. Then on a pullback, you long, okay? And then you target the highs that they have previously displaced from. That is the safe way to navigate all-time high on the long side. The harder thing to do is to short it. How you short it is this. You still wait for liquidity to be engineered like this. You wait for shit like this to be engineered on the way up. If they go up in a straight line like this, then there is no trade. Like because you can't do nothing with this. But if they do some shit like this, then you wait for them to maybe start to look like they're getting ready to roll over, or you wait for like a climax like this. Because you know if there's a climax, people are going to get hurt. And then you wait for like a first presented, and you wait for an immediate shift in market structure. Once they take out like this first low for confirmation, and then they bounce back up, which is why it's harder, because you're still shorting intraday sell side. Intraday buy side. You're still shorting intraday buy side, so it's a little bit harder. But this is the only chance you have. I swear to God, it's the only chance you have to short. So help me God. Because now you at least have something to manage your risk off of above head here. So you know that if they come higher, then your short idea is wrong. You need to get the fuck out. Versus just randomly guessing and going overbought. Overbought. We got to go lower. We don't fucking got to go lower. They can just keep squeezing. Stop thinking that. On a pullback, not shorting the whole because it's still all-time high. On a pullback up, you have the balls. You grow some balls. Men and women alike, you grow some balls. And then you short it somewhere in here so that you can begin to target immediate sell side objectives lower. But you can't overstay your welcome. Because if you overstay your welcome, intraday buy side will kick in. Understand that. And when intraday buy side will kick in after one of these 3 or 4 objectives is swept, and then they'll start to do this. Then they'll start to switch to immediate buy side again. Understand that. You see what I'm saying? Understand this. You on one of these. Thanks, X. So understand that. So does this make sense to everyone? This is guys, I don't care what strategy you're trading. I don't give a shit if you're trading support and resistance or trend lines, which you shouldn't be doing. But I don't care if because that's what they're targeting. I don't care if you're doing that. You need to understand what I just showed you so that it can become easier to navigate. Okay? Guys, the reason why if you join our community, where people turn profitable so quickly, is because my trading is universal. It can be paired with almost anything. This is just simple market dynamics and understanding things that you can pair with your trading. But you can't just blindly trade market structure by itself. Let me close this. Let me close this last lesson with this. You can't blindly trade market structure by itself because the market structure is always changing. It can go from immediate buy side to immediate sell side in a matter of minutes. And intraday sell side or buy side can kick in at any given point in time because we may be in multi-day buy side or multi-day sell side. So what you need to be doing is you need to take base hits and not overstay your welcome, and you need to pair it with a clear draw on liquidity. The clear draw on liquidity is something like this, for example. Look, if we're doing shit like this, right? If you long it on any one of these pullbacks here, you need to be out whenever we come here, here, or here. Because you don't know what's going to happen next. Understand that. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're shorting it anywhere in here and we start to pull it back, You need to be out as we're potentially sweeping any of these lows, but I told you shorting is harder. But you need to be out as we're taking out these highs here to be safe. Because you don't know what's going to happen next. Like, you don't know if immediate sell side is going to hit like it did over here on this Friday. Like you don't know that. You don't know when it's going to hit or when it's not. You want to understand that. So you need to be out whenever we're targeting these these internals. And you need to keep the money in your pocket. And you need to rinse and repeat. That is how you navigate all-time high. You want to know why? Because if you get caught in one of these moves over here like this, because Trump decides to come out with a random tweet on Truth Social, you are going to get liquidated, dude. You need to be reducing your market exposure. You don't want to be goofing around in trades for extended periods of time. You don't want to be doing that shit. Understand that, please, okay? So just understand that. We are living in an environment to where a mere rumor can shoot this market up 1% in a straight line with no pullback. And then they'll come out and then they'll say, hold on, who the hell said that? That's false. And then the market will dump again. So when you see a liquidity target like an internal high and an internal low when you're targeting it and you were correct, you need to be out 85 to 90% of that trade. And you need to rinse and you need to repeat and you need to watch and wait for more structure to appear. Does anybody have any questions about anything that I just said? We're going to open up to questions now. That was very important. And I spent almost this entire class going over this instruction. Why so? Because this is the only true way to safely navigate all-time high. Why? That's a lie. I could just buy and just hold indefinitely. Okay, if that's the case, then do it right over here then. Because if you bought anywhere in this zone, you got liquidated and destroyed. Okay, why? Because you're probably chasing this. This is a perfect example of what happened on Friday. They shot this market up, goddamn, 800 ticks, and they dumped it 1,500 ticks in a straight line, damn near, in mere minutes, off of nothing, no news, no nothing, just dump. You don't know what's going to happen. It is called price discovery. It is price discovery. The market is trying to discover price. So if it is in price discovery and no price has been determined, how do you know when it's going to stop going higher and how do you know when it's going to stop going lower? Are you schizophrenic? If so, you don't need to be trading. I'm being honest with you. I'm just being honest with you. I'm just being honest with you. Trading's not meant for everybody. And excuse me, I apologize. But someone needs to be real with you if that's the case. So if you're one of those people that goes, well, this is like a good spot to short. Don't do that shit. You're going to get roasted because you don't know how much higher it's going to go. You don't know how much lower it's going to go. And you don't know when it's going to reverse. Who told you that? Someone needs to be real with you. Like if anybody I know walks up to me and says, hey, I want to make it to the NBA, and I look at you and you're 5'3" and you're 145 pounds, I'm going to go, bro, no, do something else. Hop on a computer or do something. That's not in your cards, okay? So if you're schizophrenic, then don't trade. It's just not in your wheel well, okay? Because things are going to be speaking to you and you're not going to be real with yourself. But if that's not true, then you have a chance. Okay? All righty. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions at all, Discord? Can you show me the sell side right now? If the market looks like it's turning over? Immediate term, I'm not even going to consider thinking that this market is getting ready to turn over until we pop like a low like this. The candles speak to me. Exactly, right? That's what most people think. Like, hey, the candles are telling me. What? So you from your computer, with your internet, with your slow-ass internet in the middle of Plains, Iowa, or South Dakota, this market told you on your little $500 evaluation that you bought from buttfuck prop firm that you spent your last $2.25 on because you have a $500 profit or loss limit and you can only lose $50 before the account blows from start to finish. I know those accounts don't exist. I'm just being sarcastic here. The market told you, personally, you, John Tinkleberry, that it was going to go lower or higher right now. That's why I said schizophrenic. Because who told you that? Where are you getting this insight from? I would not even consider this market even remotely immediate term bearish until this low that we displaced from to create a new high is swept. If they come down here and if they do something like this, I'm a heavy seller in this market. Even though I keep getting squeezed out, my bias has to play out. Exactly. That's funny. Exactly. Until the people that think that realize that it doesn't matter how many buy or sell orders come to this market. Everything that you're looking at is fully manipulated and controlled. There's nothing that you can do in order to stop this. That's why I don't mind teaching people and showing people how to really trade. There is no gatekeeping with this. It's just a matter of, are you going to waste my time or not? Then you can join Discord. So if you got $59, then you can be inside Discord. And then you can learn this stuff, and then you can just do what they're doing as well. Because that's all that you're trying to do. You will never shift what they're getting ready to do. Nothing. No one will ever change this. You want to know how you're never going to shift what they're doing? Because if $100 million in orders, if $1 billion in orders come through on MNQ, NQ is going to, no, I'm sorry, on MNQ, NQ is going to do the exact same thing. If $100 billion buy order comes in on NQ1, which is the Nasdaq 100, MNQ is always going to follow it, even if $100 billion in sell orders come in the opposite direction. It is always going to follow this. They are always going to be mirroring each other nonstop. And if hundreds of millions of different people are buying and selling all at the same time, why are the prices all the exact same? That lets you know that what you're looking at is 100% manipulated, because the computer's suppressing the price and is controlling them. Because if that's the case, they wouldn't be the exact same price at the exact same second. Not everyone is buying MNQ and NQ. There's different hedge funds buying them at the same time. So why are they moving the exact same? Look, excuse me, let me delete this. Look, why are they moving the exact same at the exact same second? They're completely different. So this lets you know that what you're looking at is manipulated. If you ever have that doubt, also speaking, we as Americans always like to think that we're special. We always like to think that we're special. You're not fucking special. You do know that excuse me. You do know that there's dozens of NQs, right? And they're all moving the exact same. There's like an NQ, God knows where. There's other futures, you do know that, right? And they're all moving the exact same, at the exact same amount, at the exact same second. Everything is manipulated and controlled. It's all controlled by a master computer. So once you understand it's manipulated, you can then understand its behavior pattern and what it's targeting. It's not controlled by humans. Because just stop and just think. Just stop and just use your brain. You all know this for a fact that 97% of people that day trade are failures. 97%. Why so? Because the biggest thing is, like, no one wants to learn. Everyone just wants to just jump inside the market and just start pressing buy and sell. So that's the reason. The reason why there's so many car accidents is because no one has a driver's license. If no one in the town has driver's license and no one in the town decides to hire an instructor to actually learn how to drive, that's the reason why the accident rate is so high. So that's why the accident rate whenever it comes to trading is so high. If more people were just like, hey, I'm actually going to learn the habits of a transparent multi-millionaire that does this, oh my fuck, can you imagine how much more successful people would be? And if they decided to develop the skill, but that's besides the point. The point that I'm trying to make is this. Let me not get sidetracked too much. Let me answer Mike's question. I am not going to consider immediate sell side until we pop this low. Why so? If we pop this low, then I'm going to assume that this high is going to be protected, at least in the immediate term, and that the market's going to start doing something like this. So this low was going to be next. This low was going to be next potentially. And then if they are so gracious, this low will then be next. Understand that, okay? So to answer Mike's question before I go on a rant, before I get too sidetracked, I would not even consider that until this is swept and then maybe paired it with like a first presented. Then on a pullback, like, because they will bounce this and come up into the zone, then I will take my chances maybe for the first time on a short somewhere like this with the stop above here to then potentially start targeting these lower draws and liquidity here. But you can't overstay your welcome because this is all-time high and we are still in multi-day, multi-day and intraday buy-side delivery program model. So that short needs to be done whenever we sweep a liquidity target, and you need to not be greedy on the sell side. That's why everyone keeps on getting roasted, because everyone's trying to figure out where the top or where the bottom is. You have no idea. This is price discovery, which is why I spent an hour going over that last lesson. You need to be looking at the market structure and trading the market structure off of what they're engineering at the all-time high. You can't do anything else other than that. Stop fucking guessing. Your job as a trader is not to predict. You get paid to react, not to predict. Predicting is going, well, we've been going up for the last hour or so. Let me just show this right here right now. Don't you think that everyone an hour before you thought that same thing and now they're underwater? Well, why are you trying to rush to the sides of the losers for? Why not be on the side of the winner and just wait for confirmation, and then once they're showing that they're trying to go lower, then you short it on a pullback, and then you target an internal that we are just displaced from. Like, for example, guys, this is why I don't experience FOMO. You want to know why? Look, I'm getting ready to show you why I don't experience FOMO. You want to know why? Because look, guys, I'm being dead serious. Guys, if they just go up in a straight line like this, I'll just miss it. If they pull us back like this in a way where, like, I don't like it because we just went up in a straight line, then I'll just miss this too. I will wait for shit like this to be engineered, and then, like, I'll long it over here, and then I'll just target these internals over here like this. That's the first thing. The next thing is if they go up in a straight line, then I know that they eventually have to pull it back. Like, I know, like, guys, if they go up in a straight line, that probably means they're probably going to come back down in a straight line sooner or later. When that is, I don't know. But I do know that if they do this in a straight line, then they have to do some shit like this. And then, like, if they do some shit like this, then I'll make the decision to potentially long it over here. But I'm going to wait for, like, a bounce. And then I'm going to wait for them to do something like this or this. And then I can play all of this. Like, you do know that you can sit there and wait for liquidity to be engineered, right? Like, you don't have to force it. Like, you can wait. So that's all that this is. Can you wait and sit on your hands in order for them to engineer internals, and then you target the internals on, like, pullbacks? That's all this is. Be on alert. I'm going to block that dude. Okay. So, with that being said, that's the point. That's the last point I was going to make. Stop and just use your brain. I want you to close your eyes and imagine. That's the point I was going to make before I answer Mike's question. And I've said this once before, like 2 or 3 times before. Stop and just think. If only 3 to 4% of people are even remotely successful doing this, guys, the people that made this computer be able to copy this price like this to the exact tick like this, second by second, and the people that created the best money-making machine in the history of money-making, the smartest people in the world the people that created this shit, they're smarter than Elon Musk. And they're smarter than, like, than Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos and them and Bill Gates and them. If these engineers that decide that that design this thing in order to strum up money like this, do you think that they would put $100 trillion of assets in the hands of people that lose 97% of the time? Stop. Just think about that. If what I just showed you, it's an algorithm, that is correct. Exactly, Cheese. if what I just showed you previously doesn't like make you go, whoa, these prices are copying each other at the exact same second, and that a human cannot do that. If you even still have remote thoughts, would you put $100 trillion in assets in the hands of people that don't know what the fuck they're doing? You want to know why? Because the richest people in the world would not participate in something like that. They would not participate. They would not. They'd run away. They'd be like, dude, I am not putting my money in the hands of poor people or everyday working people. I'm not going to do that. For people to just randomly just hop in the man, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to drive my Rolls Royce down that road where people don't have, in that town where people don't have driver's license. I'm not going to do that shit. Fuck no. Would you? I know I would. Stop and just think about that. That's what's going on. Why would they do that for? This market would be so random because people, you want to know why? Because it's just like what Chris just said. This market would be, guys, random people will be making the comments like, I don't know if Chris was being sarcastic or not, but Chris from TikTok. Like, the market just got to go higher, the market got to go lower. So dudes would just full port their entire life savings. Hundreds of millions, if not billions of people would just be full porting their random life savings at random moments and at random times. And the market would just randomly go higher and randomly go lower with no rhyme or reason. Like, nobody would win. Like, the rich people couldn't predict it. Guys, the rich people can predict it. Newsflash, they can. Guys, that's why the market only goes higher. You need to be trying to figure out what the fuck Donald Trump, Nancy Pelosi, Elon Musk, and Jeff Bezos are doing. This is the only thing that you have in common with them. That's why it only goes higher. The market will never go lower over time. I'm being dead serious. Guys, this is the only thing that's more certain than death. You want to know why? Because there's a chance that you can escape death. There is. It's called it's not called cryotherapy. It's called like cryogenics, where like rich people are freezing their brains, and like so rich people are freezing their brains and then freezing their bodies, and it costs them like $250,000, like $500,000. And like they put their bodies in like liquid nitrogen, and like so maybe like 5,000-10,000 years from now, like you can come back. So like there's a small chance that can happen. Like there's even insurance policies with it now. So look that up. I promise you, it exists. Like I promise you, it's a real thing. But with this though, if this market if on Monday through Friday, and if it's not a holiday, if you see that these numbers aren't printing, life as you know it will end. Like life as you know it as a human being will end. The richest people in the world, they will crash this market and they will send us into the Stone Ages, and everything you know will become Armageddon if these numbers start printing. So that's how I know this market is going to keep going higher. There's nothing to stop this market. There's nothing to stop this market. Argue with me if you want to. And if stocks in this shit start going lower, then they just kick them out. So the S&P 500 and NASDAQ will always go higher. It will never go lower. Never. It will never go lower over the course of time. It will always go higher. That's why rich people just buy stocks and just wait. I mean, just stop and just think. Just stop and just think. So what you need to be doing is you need to cut the bias, all of the weird politics out, all of the arguing with people about moot points, about Palestine and all of that weird shit. And you need to count your blessings that you're actually listening to my voice right now. And you need to be trying to figure out how you can trade this shit so that you can get a piece of this shit that they're on right over here. Look at this spot. Look at this spot. Elon Musk is about to be a fucking trillionaire. And you sitting here, do you think that Elon Musk is arguing with people about Democrats and Republicans and sitting here arguing with his friends? Fuck no. Fuck no. Look at this goddamn spy. Look at this shit. Look at this goddamn spy. Look. Every time that this market pulls back 20 to 30%, they randomly come out with some event because rich people don't like their shit going lower. Every single time. Every single fucking time they print trillions of dollars. Every single time. This right over here was COVID-19, and then Donald Trump came out, and then they just shot this shit up. This right over here was a shift in monetary policy slightly to where the market went down for like God knows how long, for like a slight little pullback, and then they just shot this shit up over here. This right over here was when Donald Trump said, now looks like a good time to buy. Yeah, right over here he said, now looks like a good time to buy, and then the market went on a liquidation squeeze nonstop. This right over here was that weird shit that was going on with God knows what happened with the Strait of Hormuz, and then Donald Trump started spamming because his friends started knocking on his door, and then Donald Trump started spamming peace deal, peace, 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 and now look what happened to the market in a straight line. Every single time that this shit goes lower, rich people find an excuse for this shit to go higher. You need to be trying to figure out what the fuck they're doing so you can make money day trading so that you can put your goddamn money into this shit. That's what you need to be doing. Because look at what this market is doing. Look, this shit is only going to go higher. I promise you, if you buy this shit at 756 tomorrow, and if you go into a 10-year coma, you will wake up and the SPY will be at 1,000. There's nothing that you can do to stop this. They will remove Tesla from this motherfucker if Tesla starts going lower. They will remove Amazon from the S&P 500 if this shit goes lower. Pay attention. Let's lock in. Anybody got any questions? It's getting close to 10 o'clock. Excuse me. I was just going on a rant there, but it was meaningful. He's on to something. Dude is on to something. I hope so. You answer my question before I ask, Hayden says. Market looks weak right now. Weak. It looks weak to you? This market look weak to you, Brett? How does this market look weak to me? How does this market look weak to you? How? I don't understand why they're adding so much risk on this with this war. Excellent. You're in the right place, Critch. The market is going to do the most obvious thing, but in the least obvious way that hurts the most amount of people. Why not go higher? Why do they have to go lower for? Who told you? The stock market is not an indication of the real economy. This is coming from a guy who's running his own hedge fund trying to tell you. This market does not have to go lower. Who told you that? Why not go higher? Honestly speaking, war is a great opportunity to print more money. Because do you think that they're going to stop printing money at wartime? No. War is a breeding ground for stocks to go higher. War is bullish, honestly speaking. This is bullish. More bullish than it's ever been. Everything is great right now. All-time high. What's wrong? Okay. I don't know. The voice is telling me the full port short right now at all-time high. Chiglock says from Discord, right? I understand, but when 2000 imploded, it took 14 years to get back. What? When 2000 Y2 was that? Y2K was that? Imploded, it took 14 years to get back to even. When it turns, it will be epic. What is that? What is 2000 Y2K? What is that? What took 14 years? Let me look that up. What is that?
That's Y2K. That's year 2000.
Oh, when 2000 imploded. Okay, when 2000 imploded. Let's go to the year 2000. It took 14 years to get back to break even. Okay, let's go back to the year 2000 and let's look. Let's see what happened in the year 2000. You said 14 years to get back to break even. Let's see. Let's go back to the year 2000. So 2000 here. And the market pulled back 50%. Okay. So from 2000, so for 3 years the market was in multi-day or damn near multi-year sell-side delivery program model for 3 years. Okay. And then the market pulled back and then made a new all-time high, which it took itself out of that, and then it pulled back again from 07 for 2 years. And then right after that, like it never looked back and like it just kept squeezing. So your analysis is, I would not say that it is fully 100% wrong, but however, that's being facetious. That's if you bought this top here, and like if you never dollar cost averaged at all. Rich people are not doing that. Rich people don't just buy one time. Nasdaq Composite. Oh, okay. The Nasdaq Composite, as in like, okay.
E, we had them turkey wings, man. It was
Oh, how was
fire.
it? How was it?
It was fire, bro.
How was it?
Telling you. Finger licking good, bro.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, boy, that recipe is killer, bro. So, but
Man, that's that recipe going in my logbook, bro.
I'm trying to tell you, boy, hey, and it's not that crazy expensive. I'm being dead serious. It's not. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's not
Yeah, bro.
14
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
Correct.
I look, we spent about what, $14?
That's what I'm
About
saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
about $14, bro.
Yeah, fall off the bone. What recipe? It's that baked turkey that I cooked on Friday that I was telling everybody about inside Discord. It's that one, Jones. The one that I cooked and the smothered turkey. What up, gang? What's up? So you are correct whenever it comes to the Nasdaq. However, the point that I was trying to make was if you bought this exact top like this liquidation squeeze up inside the zone, like here, and you never bought again, then yes, you are technically speaking correct. It did take you 14 years to 14 or 15 years to then turn a profit. You are correct. You are correct, Nitram. However, Nitram, I will say this though. Rich people are not one-hit wonders. Rich people probably bought a little bit here, they were buying here, and then they were buying here. And then on the way down, they're buying here, here, and here as well. And they were loading the fucking boat here in this zone. So their average was probably like here. Like worst case scenario. Worst case scenario. But really, realistically speaking, like you probably drop this line down like here or some shit. And like they just held on indefinitely. If that makes sense. So a lot of people were aware of this .com bubble over here. Like even Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban made hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars off this .com bubble burst. So it's called DCAing. Like you don't just buy one time. Like you DCA over the course of multiple years. And like this is like a 10, 15, 20, 30 year kind of ordeal. So their average is like somewhere inside this zone. So technically speaking, you are correct. Dollar cost average, correct. You don't you don't DCA into this and just buy and just go, well, this looks like a good price. No, like you devote a specific portion of your income once a month or once every other month over the course of 1-2 decades. That's how this works. And so you can do the Nasdaq, but typically speaking, you want to do the S&P 500 to be more diversified. I understand. Remember, it's an escalator up and an elevator down with no cable on the way down. Took gold 26 years to move from 200 to 5,800. That is correct. And now every single person wants to buy gold. Every single person wants to buy gold. Everyone's like, hey, let's buy gold, let's hold for forever. Boy, do you understand that gold was in the sideways market for like literally 30 years? I explained it to my dad. Gold was doing this for 30 years. Like, bro, now since gold's been going parabolic with the war news and the Ukraine and everything, with the Ukraine and the Strait of Hormuz, now randomly everybody wants to buy gold at $5,000, $5,500 an ounce. What the hell is going on in this world? That's when I knew gold was cooked. In any event, but you can buy that SPY though, and that SPY will be green though. Come back in 10 years on that SPY. Let me know where it's at. Now they got the luxury to print trillions of dollars out of thin air. They can do that. Why? Because if they shit go down too much, You get the point. I've already explained that. Damn, what a candle. Yeah, look at that candle. See what I'm saying? This market is not bearish. Everybody keeps on getting squeezed out over here trying to short this. What they need to be doing is that you need to look at this low, and if they don't come below this low, guys, if this market can't come over here below this low, what the hell makes you think they're getting ready to go high? Guys, what the hell makes you think they're getting ready to go lower? Stop it, guys. Just stop and just use your brain. Guys, but you can't buy this here because you don't know how much higher they're going to go before they come to this low. So you need to wait for them to engineer more liquidity. Like, you need to wait for them to do shit like this. And then, like, you long it on, like, these pullbacks here to then target the previous highs. That's how this works. Understand that. Like this, for example. If you longed it over here on, like, this little pullback, your immediate term target needed to have been this high here. Like this. That's 150 ticks. If you make 150 ticks on 5 micros during Asia session, that's $375. If you did that for 6 days, for 5 days, for 6 days for sure, you would get a max payout. And if you get a max payout of $2,000, you then pocket, because it's your first one, you then pocket $500 and put $1,500 to the side because you are trying to scale to a multi-million-dollar business. You cannot scale to a multi-million-dollar business where every single dime you get, you go to the strip club and you blow it, or you go spend it on your girlfriend, or you try and go rent a Lambo, or you do something egregious with your money, or you go live inside a multi-million-dollar house and you don't got nothing saved up, and you start spending it. You need to live poor, below your means, and you put the money to the side to then reinvest. Then once you do that, rent a Lambo is crazy. I know, I'm just making this up. Because that's the quickest way to blow money. Either that or going to the club and just making it rain and just doing bottle service. Like, I'm just making this up because most people aren't doing that. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is so the point that I'm trying to make is this. As I close up the class, I'm going to give you instructions in regards to how to scale up to become a multi-million-dollar trader in a few months, or your mentality. And then, like, over the course of like a year, 2, 3 years, then you'll be, by making good decisions, then yes, you can become a multi-millionaire. I'm getting ready to explain it to you. So how this goes about is like, you need to start out from ground zero. I always say this, right? You get a $2,000 max payout. You can do that in 6 days on 5 micros. You stack 6 of those. You make $375 and you walk away from your goddamn screen that day. And you come back the next day and the next and the next. You need to be consistent. Guys, how most people are going to, guys, let me put it like this. Guys, most people aren't even going to get rich in general. But how most people get rich is how most of the very few, let me put it like this, how most of the very few get rich is by stacking days consistently together over the course of time, just like how you just saw with the stock market. It's done the same way. How many of you have probably made $4,000 in a trade? Hello, you probably done that before. Ha ha, wee, ha ha ha. Are you rich yet doing that? I'm serious. Like, are you? No, you're not. Have you scaled up magically to having 3, 4, 500,000 liquid inside of a trading account? No, you haven't. Probably made $2,000, $3,000 that day, maybe another $1,000 the next day, blew the account. The X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Or scaled up, started making $2,000, $3,000, got some money inside your pocket, thought she was a big shot, started trading on larger size, and then you lost $10,000, $15,000 like this. And now you're right back to zero. Right back to ground zero, just spinning your wheels. Why? Because you can't stack days consistently. So how this goes about happening is you get a $2,000 payout. And guys, I have students inside here that turn hundreds of dollars into machines where like they're making $20,000, $30,000 a day. This is how it's done. If you need a refresher or if you need motivation, this is how it's done. The hardest part is going to be the beginning, the initial stage. Understand that. This is how it is in every single aspect of life. Every single aspect in life, you just need a little bit of momentum. You just need somebody to believe in you. You just need a little break a lot of times in life. You just need life to get to take the thumb off the back of your neck. That's how this works. I'm being dead serious. I can personally vouch for it in other aspects of life because that's how it was for me with basketball. Nobody wanted to offer me a full ride scholarship until one other school offered me a scholarship. Then when one school offered me a scholarship, like the offers just started flowing in. Like flowing in. I'm being dead serious. But that's just with basketball. But it's probably like that in like a lot of different aspects in life. But I'm not going to go on that rant because I want to stick to this point about how to scale up. You make $400, $500, $600 a day. You do that for 4 or 5 days. If you can't stop trading after you make $500 or $600 and then make another $500 or $600 for 5 or 6 days consistently, then you can never become a multi-million-dollar trader. Because that tells me that you can't put a week together. Stop and just think about that. Just stop and just think about that. Stop and just think about that. If you can't make it to work on time for 1 week in a row, you don't deserve that job. So consistency is going to be how this gets done. That like let's just get that straightforward. So it doesn't matter how much money you make, because your job is to become a risk manager. It's not to be a day trader. It does not matter how much money you make, because if you make $10,000 on Monday, $10,000 on Tuesday, $10,000 on Wednesday, and then you lose $40,000 on Thursday and $40,000 on Friday, hell, you goddamn down the whole $60,000, $70,000 and you're a shitty trader. So it does not matter. I'm just being honest with you. So if that does not fit you, then you need to be on paper and you need to be learning and you need to get a mentor for, just being honest with you. Consistent 5 to 6 days together. Payout. Boom. Because I can show you how to get instant funded accounts. That's not the issue. Payout. $2,000, $500 in your pocket, $1,500 on the side into a random account. You invest $500, you get like 3 to 4 more accounts. Now you got 4 or 5. Consistency. Let's just say it takes you a week and a half to 2 weeks. Let's just say best case scenario takes you 2.5 to 3 weeks. 2.5 to 3 weeks. Consistency. Yo, tips for a brand new trader. I'm getting ready to explain it right now. I'm getting ready to explain to you a millionaire roadmap. Consistency. If you do this, your life slightly begins to change right now, and you can almost never go back. Slightly almost. You get a max payout on like, let's just say 4 accounts. $2,000. That's $8,000. Your life has not changed off of $8,000. It is not, but it's getting close. Now, keep in mind, this whole process should take about like a month to 2 months after you've put in the work and the sweat equity in regards to understanding how to manage your risk, and you understand what you want to get in and out of this market, and you're consistent in that approach on a daily basis, right? On a daily and weekly basis, okay? So, like, let's just say you get an $8,000 payout off of 4 or 5 accounts, $1,500 a piece, $2,000 a piece. Okay, cool. Took you like a month and 2 months to get there. Like, let's just say so. But what's a month and 2 months to make 8 bands, right? Okay, cool. We got that. You now pocket $3,000. You put $5,000 off to the side. So, you might blow accounts here and there. Okay, cool. So, probably cost you $2,500, $3,000 to get back. Okay, cool. You got 5 bands for incidentals. You've now scaled up to the point to where it's hard for you to go back to one account. It is going to be almost impossible for you to get back to one account. Just straight up being. I'm just being honest with you. It's going to be almost impossible for you to get back to one account. The only way you go back to one account at this point in time is if you go to the club or like if you live above your means. Like if you live above your means or you have a high overhead and you blow the 5 or 6 accounts that you have, then you will have to go back to one account because it's only the money that you have to be able to put in. This is the portion of the business. You understand what I'm saying? so that you don't have to start over. Okay? This is why trading is a business and most people don't get this. Because most people look at it as though, well, okay, I got a payout and I can never go back. Yes, the fuck you can. You need to put the money up to the side. You need to be smart and you need to understand what you're putting in and what you're putting out. I have a spreadsheet for every single fucking dollar I put in the prop firms because I know exactly how much money I put in and how much money I'm getting out. So I'm treating this like a serious business. You need to do the exact same thing. So with that being said, you know, you got 5 bands for incidentals. Like, let's just say you blow several accounts because nothing's perfect. You're not a perfect trader. Everyone loses. But now you're trading, like, let's just say conservatively, like, let's just say 10 total prop firm accounts now, which you can get 10 accounts for like $800 now. You can get 10 accounts for $800. Let's just say you blow 3 sets of them and you're in your third or fourth set. So you're like 8 times 3, that's 24. You're $2,500 in. But I told you to put 5 bands up to the side. You pocketed 3. This is still the beginning. Stay with me. You get the 4 set of funded accounts to a payout. You get the 4 set of funded accounts to a payout. Life changes completely now. You got 10 accounts to a payout on the third payout. 10 accounts to a payout you did just now. 10 times, let's just say conservatively, like let's just say, I don't even want to say 2,000 because like let's just say you cut it short of like 1,500. You know what I'm saying? Like you're starting to get weird. It's your first big payout. 1,500. 10 times 1,500 is 15,000. So now you have $15,000. You need to be putting $5,000 of that money up to the side to make sure that you can continuously keep on making $15,000 clips nonstop. Every single payout, you need to be putting $2,500 to $5,000 up to the side, every single one. And the crazy thing about this is this: you never have to really increase your size to do that. The only thing that changes is linearly, as in you're still trading the same 5 micros. See, they'll laugh at you in the beginning, and I won't get 1,000 people watching this live stream because I'm not full porting 10 minis and making like $2,000 per account in 60 seconds. I'm not doing that. I'm going to show you how to seriously get rich doing this like this over the course of time. And so this is why the students are successful doing this, because they want to fucking follow instructions. You're not going to get rich by full porting 5 to 10 minis. You're not going to do that shit. So stop copying those fucking people on TikTok. That's not how this is done. This is how this shit is done. You want to know why? Because you'll feel a lot more comfortable being in 3 to 5 micros, making $400 off of just a move like this, off 150 ticks, like this, than you will trying to full port 10 minis and blowing your account in 60 seconds because you choose the wrong direction one time. So with that being said, you can now make $15,000 to $20,000 every week and a half to 2 weeks off of 3 to 5 micros now. And all it'll take you is like a week and a half to 2 weeks, a week and a half to 2 weeks at the most of trading. That's it. And you can continuously rinse and repeat this process. You want to know why? Because even if you start over from scratch on every single payout, if you're getting $15,000 to $20,000 payouts in those clips, let's just say you put $5,000 in and you blew 8 sets of fucking 10 sets of 8 sets of 10 accounts. You blew 40 fucking accounts before a payout. 40 funded accounts before a fucking payout. And I repeat, 40 accounts before a payout for $5,000. That's a lot of money to lose on the prop firms. Do you understand that if you got it to 1 max payout, you would still make 400% of what you just lost? 1 payout and you started all over? Who would not take that deal? That does not include that you finally know how to manage your risk and you take a $20,000 payout and then you trade normally for a week because you don't have to build up the whole buffer. And you do this for literally 4 days. 4 days at $400 is $1,600. 4 days of this shit. 4 trades of this shit on 4 separate days. And then you take another $15,000 to $20,000. And shit, you could go on a streak for like 3 or 4 of those before you finally blow the accounts. you would then be turning worst case scenario $5,000 into a machine where you're printing 50, 60, $70,000. For every $5,000 you put in, you're getting like $60, $70,000. And people want to fucking sit here and debate with me about whether they want to join this Discord for $59 to understand this shit. And then, because they see me doing this every single day. I do this live every single day. What the hell do you think I'm doing? You think I'm making money off this goddamn Discord, charging you $59 and then running this class for free? I'm not getting paid for this goddamn class. This is free to the students inside here. So they can review this whenever I get ready to post this video for motivational purposes or for lesson purposes as far as the market structure. But the mentorship and stuff like that is free. I do it for free because I'm doing what I just told you. That's why it's free. Otherwise, and I trade live every single day, Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, 10 a.m. to 4 from TikTok, 9, 10 a.m. in the morning to 4. Otherwise, I would just be running the classes and I would never trade live. In any event, I'm negative that. Now, what was that? Damn, okay, yeah. Does anybody have any questions? Timestamp 10:20. We've been going for almost 2 hours. We're going to do our closing remarks. If you have any questions, there is a Millionaire Roadmap from inside Discord, and what I just said is outlined from inside Discord so that you can be looking at that every single day. If that doesn't apply to you, stop. If that doesn't apply to you, listen, ignore everything that I just said. If this is you here, where's it at? If this is you here, if this is you here, and if you're sending me messages like this and you go, hey man, just want to say thank you, you helped me a lot. I went from blowing accounts to making it. Now I'll just pop in your stream to see if we think the same or to see if you have a different observation of what's going on. And because I have numerous students like this, and if you're making $25,000, $30,000 a day off of like 2 or 3 accounts, because you making $10,000, $15,000 a day off of taking huge hits like this, and then you'll make money like this, and you'll make 150 money like this, and you'll withdraw all of the money. If that's you, then this does not apply to you. But his brain works differently. So everybody's different. So ignore everything that I just said about the base hits if you are consistently making $5,000 to $10,000 a day. If this is you, and if you can go green for damn near a week and a half, 2-3 weeks straight like this, if this is your consistent approach, then that's different. Then that conversation is not meant for you. But for most people, you need to be taking base hits of $400 or $500, and once you're right, you need to get out and you need to come back the next day with a fresh, clean mindset, and you need to build your way up gradually. Most people, this will not be a reality. You will not be making $25,000 to $30,000 a day off of 1 or 2 accounts. You will not be doing no shit like that. So I'm just telling you right now, okay? So if this is you, then ignore what the fuck I just said. But for the majority of people, you need to be paying attention to what I just said, okay? So I had to add that disclaimer in there. And just like I said, you see this market here? Why? They're not going to go lower if they don't want to eclipse this low. Stop looking for shorts. What makes you think that they want to go lower? Who told you that? My point exactly. Patience, Colt from Discord says, yeah. Anybody got any questions before we close? Timestamp 10:23. I thought today was an okay class. Guys, most of the classes these days are more so geared towards psychology and psychology and making something click in your brain personally. That's what I think that most of the classes are geared towards, if that makes sense. You understand what I'm saying? And then obviously a little bit of fundamentals a little bit, if that makes sense, okay? Anybody got any questions? Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions? How do we manage this new monthly open? Oh yeah, gotta wait. I forgot about that. New monthly candle, new all-time high. Do nothing. Insane volatility expect tomorrow. Okay, guys. Uh, yeah. So, guys, a lot of times the classes and the mentorships can tweak something in your mind. I don't want to oust one of the boys inside here, Jaywalk, but there's nothing personal inside here. Um, but guys, but I want to show this because this shows the human side of trading. I'm not going to show what previously happened over here, and I'm not going to read this whole message. But guys, I want to show this what Jaywalk says. Jaywalk had this conversation because he was struggling at first. And he says, now I don't want to jinx it, but I think finally something clicked with me over the last class. On the new long story short, guys, long story short, he started to improve his trading from just showing up to the classes. Because this is the portion that people don't talk about. He says, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the time you put into my questions, such the struggles I've been dealing with on this market and psychology. He says, it honestly means more to me than you can ever really realize. And it reignited that motivation and drive in me. I appreciate you. So guys, long story short, guys, you can sit. I'm not making this up. He's a real person. He's actually here listening. So guys, long story short, guys, I'm not going to read the whole message, but long story short, it's a lot about psychology. Everyone wants to talk about technical and fundamental analysis, but no one wants to talk about mentality and psychology and showing up about what's required on a daily basis. Trading, I realize, is a lot like being a professional athlete. And I have a lot of my teammates and former teammates inside here that are high-level professional athletes, high-level athletes. I have a lot of business people inside here as well. But guys, just stop and just think. It does not matter if you're 6'10" and you could jump 50 inches off the ground. It does not matter which is let's just say that that's the technical side, like the physical side. It does not matter if you have the fundamental aspect, as in like the fundamentals, like, you know, your parents are rich and then they can get you into any or every single camp and get you to play in front of every single college coach, which is the fundamental side of, quote unquote, extrapolate to the fundamental side of trading, right? It does not matter. If that person's heart is not in it, if they don't have a spirit within them that says, bang, I want to play basketball, or man, I want to play sports, I want to be the best player I can be, I love this shit, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to be the best version of myself, and I'm going to show up on a daily basis, and nobody has to drag me to go work out. Nobody has to drag me to want to be better. Nobody has to drag me to show up every single day like how y'all are right now at 10:27 p.m. on a Sunday listening to me rant. Nobody has to drag me in order to be holding my hand because I want this. I want to be the best version of myself. If that person does not do that, they can't succeed. That's the psychological portion. Your brain could be broken. Your brain could go, man, shit, this is easy. Or, man, you know what? I'll get there. Or, next time. I'll show up next time. I'll take this serious next time. Mother effer, there ain't gonna always be a next time. There's not always gonna be a next time. There's not. You don't know when the next serious opportunity is gonna come, or you don't know if the next opportunity is gonna be better than this one. That's why you need to take advantage of every opportunity you have, and you need to sprint towards it. You need to ask yourself, how much is this opportunity going to cost me in order for me to get to where I need to be getting to? And how will this potentially benefit my life? That's the psychological portion. If your brain is broken, you can't succeed. You just be like Frankenstein. You just be a robot just walking around. That's why for every single person, people, guys, I get it all the time, and I love it. People go, man, bro, I'm gonna tell my brother about this. I'm gonna tell my cousin about this, bro. This is the next great thing, bro. Man, I'm making so much money inside it, bro. I got this, man. Bro, I got the next guy. Everybody come. And what do I always say? I say, yeah, let them watch. Just let them watch for free, man. Just watch for free. It needs to be within you. Some of you have it within you because you've lost so much money, or you're down so much, or you're poor, or you may see somebody that has something that you don't have, or you may have no other opportunities in life, which is why I said life is hard and life is not fair. It's not fair. I used to be homeless too. I understand life is not fair. I'm being dead serious. It's not fair. But this is the only thing that I've seen where like we can even the playing fields. It's psychological. You need to have it within you. The motivation needs to be within you. And ultimately speaking, why so many people fail is because this is the only thing where you can't cheat. You can't cheat this. You can't. So with that being said, guys, does anybody have any further questions? From Sense is crazy. The amount of people I've told about trading that claim that they wanted to lock in and never heard from Sense is crazy. That is correct. Yeah. My brother makes $10.25 an hour. Well, he got bumped up to $13 or $14 an hour over like the last month. And then he had recently just lost his job again. He sees and he knows what I do. And I get people that ask me all the time and say, hey, like, why doesn't your brother want, hey, you don't think that you could, hey, like, you can't teach your brother to make $150, $200 a day doing this? His mentality and his brain is fucked. He can't follow simple instructions. He does, like, he has me at his disposal, but he just looks at it and he goes, well, bro, that's just my big brother, bro. He sees what I do and he sees how much money I make. I promise you he does. And he literally lives in a house that I own. It's in my name. But he can't get past himself. His mentality is fucked. His approach is fucked. And if that applies to you, your brain and your psychological makeup needs to change. The reason why my brother can't be rich today is because he was trying to get rich yesterday. The reason why you're not rich tomorrow is because you're trying to get rich today. You need to understand what I just said. You trying to cash out right now. You need to be invested in the process. The process will tell you when you're ready. You don't become a millionaire business owner by making $1 million. That's not how this fucking works. That's not how this shit works. You become a millionaire business owner mentally first, seeing the blueprint, executing a consistent strategy over the course of time, and then the business turns into a multi-million-dollar business because you now know how to run it. If I give someone a multi-million-dollar business, I don't give a shit if you have a multi-million-dollar. All right, see you tomorrow, Alan. I'm gonna close with this. Remember, if I give you a multi-million-dollar restaurant, and I don't give a shit if you have Gordon Ramsay in the back cooking fucking burgers, if you don't know how to run a business and follow health protocols, and you don't know how to run that business, you are going to run that business to the ground because your mentality is cooked. Because you're not going to tell the employees to wash their hands. Why? Because you don't know how to follow instructions. You don't know health protocols. You're going to hire all of the wrong people. You're going to hire the wrong chefs. You're going to cheat. You're going to skimp out on certain things. You're not going to know what's required to be successful. There's so many different things whenever it comes to this. And psychology is important, which is why I'm live every single day. With that being said, guys, I'll be live tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time from TikTok. 9, 10 a.m. in the morning from inside Discord. Please stay away from the scammers. You can only join our community by going to nqinsider.com. There's 2 separate pages. You cannot join Discord without the Knowledge Center. The Knowledge Center is 3 months. Why? Because that's minimum what's required. It's $49 for 3 months. If you don't got $15 a month, you don't need to be trading. I'm being dead serious. You can't be in here if you don't got $15. Like, that's the fucking bare minimum. Because I'm not going to sit here and instruct you like how I just did for 2.5 hours and go on this insane rant and then you don't got $15. I'm not going to do that. I value my time. Okay? And in Discord, it's $59 per month. So if you don't have $75, then you can't be insider. I'm being dead serious. So that's that. So because you get 4 of these classes per month. And then I will construct the classes based off of whatever it is that you're struggling with. Whatever you're struggling with, we will go over and I will mentor you until you become a millionaire trader. Stop trying to think that multimillionaires are supposed to sit here and then whenever you get a wild hair up your ass and whenever you decide to take it seriously, then the millionaire should just teach you for free. That makes zero sense. That is the most idiotic thing I've ever heard in my life. Where did they do that at? Okay? How they go about doing it is very important. I day trade for a living. That's why it's so inexpensive for right now. So with that being said, I'll be live tomorrow at 10 a.m. We dumping in 2 days. Shit.
Alrighty. I'm a holler,
guys.
man. I'm out.
All
Bye,
right, guys.
everybody.
I appreciate you guys. Guys, we got to close this class. I love y'all and I believe in you. Like I always say after every single live stream. I love you seeing me. I love every single one of you. I love you, Alan. I love you, X. I love you, Quez. I love you, Nightshade. I love you, every single person that decided to come over here and take their time out to be inside here on a Sunday. Thank you so much. I'm going to let y'all enjoy your evening. We'll be live tomorrow at 9, 10 a.m. in the morning from inside Discord to go over the pre-market trading plan. I got to go back to work. You love me? I love you, Kenshi. I love you, Dev. I love every single last one of you, and I believe in you, and I know for a fact that you can do this, okay? We'll be live tomorrow. Stay away from the scammers. NQinsider.com, okay? All righty, guys. I believe in you, and I know that you can do this. Guys, by the way, Discord comes with, like, a week free trial, too. So, like, if you join Discord, and, like, if you seriously don't think, like, if you join this, like, guys, the Knowledge Center comes with a 3-day free trial, too, now. So it's a free 3-day trial, and then it's $49 for 3 months. Because I know for a fact that, guys, I changed it from a monthly membership with the Knowledge Center because, like, you can't get everything in 30 days. Like, that's impossible. The shit that's on that page. That's impossible. So it's only 3 months. So it's 3 months, and then Discord is on a monthly basis because you don't got to shoot. Who cares? So with that being said, if I seriously don't think that I can, if you think that you can improve your trading journey within 7 days, like if you don't get that notion, then you can just cancel. There's nothing for me to hide. You can be inside here. Let's do it. Let's do it. If you trade with me for 7 days, and if you don't think, and if you seriously can't be motivated, or if anything that I said doesn't seem like it can be a part of your reality from you being inside here, then I just don't think this is the right place for you. Then I'm not doing my job. Then I don't deserve your $60, your $59. I don't deserve it. But I know for a fact that that'll be the case. You want to know one reference that I want to leave with this is this. This happens to me all the time. This, believe it or not, I promise you, this is how I price a lot of my items. Like whenever I'm trying to sell something of value, this is how I figure it out. If you price a Lamborghini for $0 and you put it on Facebook Marketplace, do you think that you're going to sell it for $0? This is a serious question to everybody. It's like, I love doing this so much because I love psychology. Stop and just think about this. If I list a Lamborghini right now for $0 on Facebook Marketplace, like I put a $0 price tag, do you think that I would sell it for $0? What do you think I would get it for? Or hell, now listen, there are going to be some degenerates that try to offer me $1,000, or try to say, hey, is this a scam? Can I pick it up for free? Let's just say I listed a Lamborghini Revuelto with the MSRP of $649,000, which is a car that I was thinking about getting, either that or the McLaren 750S. But let's just stay on topic. Let's just say that I listed a $650,000 Lamborghini Revuelto for $200,000. Do you think that I'm going to sell it for $200,000? Yes or no? Or do you think that there's going to be people that try to offer me above market price, and there's people going to be kicking down my door saying, hey, I'll give you $600,000 for that car. Or, hey, I'll give you $650,000 for that car. What do you think? What do you think? Yeah, you will get one person. Yeah, you'll get one person. But does that mean that I'm going to accept that offer? No. There's going to be dozens of people beating down my door to try and sell it at the market price. Long story short, the point that I'm trying to make is I think that that's the logic that I'm trying to go over. That's the logic that I'm trying to go with here. If you seriously feel as though it's not worth it, then it's just not worth it. But I know for a fact it will be worth it if you're inside here. And I think that the value will prove itself. I just think the cream rises to the top. So that's why I decided to do a 3 and a 7-day free trial with the Discord for every single person that signs up now, if that's the case. Because I know for a fact what we'll be able to get out of this. I know for a fact what I can do to you and where I can take you, if that makes sense. That's just me. I promise you. Whenever I list things for sale, I always put a $0 price tag and I say best offer. And then I feel the best offers because I know for a fact that it'll go for the market decides what something's worth. And I know for a fact that the market clearly knows that the value that I provide is more than $59 per month. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna close out this class. I need my yearly membership back. Buy or sell, long or short. Close it. We'll let you know tomorrow, brother. I'll see you tomorrow from Discord code. All right, guys, I love you and I believe in you. I know you can do this. Talk soon. Let me stop ranting because I could go on and on. Much love, E. Great class, E. Feeling confident going into this week. Have a great night, everyone. Native says. Don't block me, please. I have a 99% sure signal. DM me for details, Helen. He's a mod from Discord. He's just trolling y'all. Because all the mods might block you for real. That's funny. All right, guys. I love y'all, man. Be safe. Be on alert.